Coming into this 2020 NFL season, us fans, we knew a lot was going to be different. There was no preseason. There was barely any fans, if any at all, in the stadiums. We could just tell it was going to be a weird and wacky year. But the one constant that has always been, and once again was this year, was Cowboys fans thinking this was going to be their year. And honestly, maybe it could have, but looking at how the first couple games of the season went, probably not. But now with Dak's injury, their season may be over. So today, I want to look at whether or not the Cowboy season is over and what their ceiling is for this year. Now, looking at whether the season is over or not depends what you mean and what your goals were for Cowboys. If you had them winning a Super Bowl, yeah, it's over. But if you had them making a maybe deep playoff run, even then, probably over. That was the goals, and I believe that was many Cowboys fans' hopes. That was the Cowboys team, their organization, their hope was to make a deep playoff run. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen. They're coming off the first week without Dak Prescott. And I'm not going to lie, Andy Dalton looked bad. There's some throws he just straight up overthrew. He had little pocket awareness. Sometimes he just held the ball for too long. Didn't take the easy pass. They got blown up by Cardinals defense, not even that good. They have no Chandler Jones. It's not a dominant defense, and they got absolutely exposed. So, yeah, I don't think they can make a deep playoff run. If the playoffs started today, they will play the Packers round 1. And even if they are at home, which they would be, I don't think they can really beat the Packers or a team of that caliber. Maybe they might be able to upset one game, but even after that, they'd have to play either Seattle or a team like that of that caliber, maybe the Bucks. And I don't see them upsetting 2 games back to back, especially if a home court advantage in round 2. So, yeah, their ceiling is definitely a round 1 early playoff appearance. Now, whether or not they can make the playoffs, that's a conversation in and of itself. Looking at how their first week felt Dak Prescott went, it is looking shaky, but the NFC East, man, it's so weak. They could probably go 7-9 and still win it. But looking at their schedule, they have the Washington football team this week, which they should be able to take care of. But you never know with the Cowboys. Sometimes they just don't show up to play. And then they have the Eagles, the Steelers, the Vikings, Washington again, the Ravens, Bengals, Niners, Eagles, Giants. So of those games, there's 3 really games that they don't really have a whole lot of chance in, being the Niners, Ravens, and Steelers. But every other game really is winnable. It's just whether or not they come to play. They have the Washington twice, Eagles twice, I believe, the Giants, the Vikings, who are playing horribly this year and also don't have a defense, the Bengals, another young, inexperienced team that they should be able to take care of. And then when you look at the Eagles schedule, that's a whole lot harder. They have the Saints, they have the Packers, they have the Cardinals, and also the Cowboys, and the Browns. So yeah, and the Seahawks, I didn't mention that, the Seahawks as well. So if the Cowboys can win the games they're supposed to win, the games they're favored in, they should be able to make the playoffs. And the way they do that is honestly play through Zeke, run the ball, and then play action pass for Andy Dalton so you can just get some quick passes, nothing no pressure. He has time. And they have one of the best receiving corps in the league. I'd probably say the second best after that Antonio Brown signing. I'd probably say they have the second best. Amari Cooper's their number one. CeeDee Lamb, probably the best rookie receiver this year. I'd take him over Justin Jefferson just because he's in a better offense and he's still playing this great. And then Michael Gallup is their third option. And even without their starting tight end, Dalton Schultz is a good option at tight end. He can make some plays. But yeah, their ceiling for this year is definitely round one playoff appearance. Maybe get lucky round two. Looking ahead though, next year, could they win the Super Bowl? Maybe. I think Dak will be back and be healthy. He's a tough guy. I think he'll bounce back. Zeke can keep playing well. CeeDee Lamb can take another step. And they just need to draft defense and sign some defensive players, improve the defense. And also Mike McCarthy, I don't know. He's a sketchy dude. I don't think he's a Super Bowl caliber coach. He just didn't make any adjustments. I was watching the Cardinals game, and they kept doing the same thing, expecting different results. Really was not pretty. He needs to take control of that locker room and just coach better. And if Dak comes back healthy next year, they add some defensive players. They have a good enough offense. That's not the problem. It's just the defense. And also their O-line will be healthy next year. So yeah, next year, I'd say they have a reasonable shot. But this year, I would count on it if I were a Cowboys fan. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys next time.